All right, I hope you're excited about your elevator pitch, how you're going to represent yourself. Now I want to talk about what success looks like. Remember I said networking is not necessarily A leads to B. And so it can be a little bit like, well, what is the point of this? I just feel like I'm bumping around talking to people. It's like, it's super random and it's frustrating. If you're going to an event where maybe it's a monthly gathering or an event where, there's vendor booths and you're walking around, I always make it a point to get 5 good conversations. All right, I might have to talk to 20 people for 5 to resonate. If you're in a conversation with somebody and you can feel that it's going nowhere or it doesn't really resonate, like make an excuse, leave, just say, hey, it was great to meet you. I'm going to keep mingling, or hey, I need to run to the bathroom, or oops, I'm getting a call right now. It's so great to meet you, and just exit the conversation. If you feel like it doesn't resonate, like listen to your intuition, okay? If you're really enjoying a conversation and you've like hit it off with somebody and you're just chatting away and you found a commonality and you're going deep on it, great. At some point, interrupt and say, hey, let's get connected on social media. And also, I'd love to sit down with you for a one-to-one. A one-to-one is when you sit down one-on-one with somebody over coffee, over a meal, whatever, and you go in depth into learning about their business and how you can help them. You spend like a half hour on that, and then you pivot and you go into your business and how they can help you. Guys, the magic happens over one-to-ones. The magic doesn't happen in the meetings. You standing up and doing your elevator pitch, very likely not much is really going to come from that. There might be some referrals that come your way, but you want to sit down. And if you join a networking group, one that meets weekly, sit down and do a one-to-one with everybody as soon as you can. I remember when I joined my BNI chapter, there was like 30 people, and I said, nobody is going to refer me until they know me. And so I made it a point, and I literally had some meal with one of those people every single day. So in the first month, I met everyone. All right. Sometimes I would have a day where I would just back to back to back. There was like a tea shop. I would go sit and get tea. I'd have somebody at 12, somebody at 1, somebody at 2, somebody at 3. And they just cycled in and I sat there at the tea shop. So there's ways that you can do this. So just never eat alone. Do back-to-back meetings if it's more efficient. You can do virtual. I would say if you can be in person with someone, even better, because sometimes you can work in a gel demo. All right. And they can see the power of the products that we represent. So again, success is meeting at least 5 people that you then connect with through social media and have a one-to-one set up with. And that's what it looks like. Now, let's talk about what a successful one-to-one looks like. I typically try to get the other person to talk first. So I would say, as soon as we sit down, I say, oh my gosh, thank you so much for meeting. I can't wait to learn about you and see how I can help. Tell me about your business. And then I zip it. And for a half hour, I let them go. Now, if people are aware of themselves and respectful, after a half hour, they'll stop and they'll say, okay, your turn. If they don't, you might want to jump in and say, hey, I've only got an hour. This has been great. Bottom line, like, what's the one thing I can help you the most with? All right. And then say, I know I'd love to share about what I have going on and see how you maybe can support me. So interject, right? Don't let them take the whole hour. But I always let them go first because I'm making mental notes about how I can say things or bring things up that might intrigue them, or a mental note for later about bringing up things to them. So treat them the way that you would want to be treated. Listen fully, find commonalities, build trust, build rapport. You will either learn from an appointment or you will earn from an appointment based on how you handle this. And it takes time to build the skill set up, but they're just people. So just connect with them. All right. Now, when it's your turn, I want you to be very clear, and I want you to weave in stories, your own personal story. So when they say, well, what do you do? Tell your story, 2-minute version of why you do this business, how you came across ASEA, how it changed your life, whatever it is. Tell your mentor's story if you need to. And I also want you at some point to weave in the founder's story, how ASEA was going to be sold to a pharmaceutical company. It was not, that whole story. You need to be very good at these, because as you're sharing about this, guys, people remember stories. Your own story is super powerful, right? It will build rapport and trust. People understand, wow, she's got high integrity. She's so authentic. This is why she does this. Your mentor story and your founder story, all good. Now, you need to be very clear on who you're asking for a referral from. And I'm going to blow your mind in the next section with like a way to take this to a whole nother level. But again, meet yourself where you are. So if right now you feel confident with the product and helping people that are sick with the product, ask for that. Okay. If you ask for sick people, you're going to get sick people. So just understand that. You ask for people that have a knee injury, you're going to get people with a knee injury. If you ask for medical professionals, you're going to get medical professionals referred to you. If you ask for massage therapists, you'll get massage therapists, right? Be clear on what you're going to ask for. Don't make this person do guesswork. All right. They're sitting across from you saying, well, how can I help you? Well, be clear on how they can help and say, I need an introduction to this type of person. And as you're speaking, guys, speak about your vision. You are a business owner in the community. Showing up to networking events is going to make you take yourself more seriously and your business more seriously. And you can start to talk about your vision for having a healthier community, for empowering people with their health, for wanting to network with other people that see options outside of pills, right? And say, we're in this community together. I want to help each other. I want to make this a better community. You know, who do you know that this product could make a difference for in their life? Be on a crusade. Have people feel your energy. All right. And then be super clear on your ask, right? If it's massage therapist, and just say, do you have a massage therapist? Do you get massages around here? Most people do. Most people know somebody. And just say, hey, would you be willing to send an email introduction? Like, I'll give you the intro. You can copy and paste exactly what to say. If I give that to you, will you just send off a quick email or shoot off a quick text message? Would you be willing to do that for me? And then I'll take it from there, right? All you need is them to open a door. Each person is a doorway to like 200 people. And so if you can build the rapport and trust there, they will open the door to those people and they will connect you. But that takes time. All right. And, you know, you don't want to sell the person in front of you. You're not trying to pitch and sell the person in front of you because that's just one human being. They're there because they know that you want to help one another refer business. And so they're listening to see, well, who can I refer you to? How can I open this door? Now, if you want to be a little sneaky and work in the opportunity of a SIA, you can say something along the lines of, look, I'm going to show you something about what I do, not because you're interested, but I just want you to get an understanding of what it is that I do, because you might know somebody. And then do what I call the opportunity ladder. You can say, look, I coach people directly, and I can coach them to director 700. These are people that have maybe 10 hours a week, right? I write this down, director 700, 10 hours a week. And I coach them to earning between $1,000 and $1,500, right? Because that's what's average for those ranks. And I say, so if you think about like a football team, these are like the players on the field, right? 10 hours a week, they're just playing the game. Then I coach executive ranks. So we have executive ranks here at ASEA. These are like the coaches. They're working 20 hours a week. They're getting paid $2,000 to $3,000 a month. And I'm writing this out, right? Executives, they're a coach, 20 hours, $2,000 to $3,000 a month. And then I say, now there's diamonds. Diamonds are like the head coaches, all right? And they're earning $10,000 per month. So I've written this out. And again, I'm saying, look, this is not because you're interested, but so you understand what I do. And then just say, do you know anyone? And you do what's called STEAM. Okay, this is an acronym. So do you know anyone that's really good at sales? That's the S. Do you know anyone that's really good at sales? And just ask, right? They're saying they want to open their network to you. So ask, be clear on your ask. Do you know anyone that's good at sales? Because this is the selling role, right? I'm always looking for good salespeople. Do you know anyone that's a good teacher? STEAM, right? ST. Teachers are really good at network marketing. Do you know anyone that's an enthusiast about health, that just is a health nut, right? That's the E in STEAM. The A, ambitious. Do you know anyone that's super ambitious, that really is like a go-getter, wants to make something of themselves? And then M is motivated. Who do you know that's super motivated? Like the most motivated human being that you know. Who is it? And write these things down. And then say, would these people be offended if I called them and said that you said this about them? If I called them and said, hey, Joe told me you're the best salesperson he knows. I'm curious to learn more about your career in sales. Hey, Samantha said that you are the most ambitious person she knows and you're always looking for opportunity. She thought you might be interested in what I do. Ask. If you don't ask, you won't receive, right? Ask and you shall receive. So STEAM is a great thing to get good at. And so your assignment is to practice this. You probably maybe never done the opportunity ladder like that. So I want you to think about it, right? Players, coaches, head coaches, director to director 700, executives, diamonds, 10 hours, 20 hours, full-time, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, right? Break it down. So I want you to practice that and then understand the STEAM acronym so that when you're out there on your one-on-one appointments, you can do this super well. And also know your 3 stories. Practice your 3 stories. That is your assignment. When you come back, I'm going to teach you the referral web so you can really like gain some amazing referral sources out there in the community. But this is really networking 101, and this is how to have a very successful one-on-one meeting. Do not try and just sell the person in front of you. That is not the goal here. All right. You want them to open their network to you, and along the way, they might raise their hand and say, time out. This does sound like me. Time out. I have somebody that needs this. Hang on. What about my health? If they do that, just say, great. I'm happy to work with you. Let's set a time for you to learn more about this and I can work with you, but let's keep this to, the referral partners that I'm looking for in the community. So you can say, of course, I'll help you, but let's set the time. So I'll help you, right? If they're a real estate agent and you're like, hey, I'm looking to sell my home, they're not going to right there in the appointment go, okay, great, let's get you ready. They'll say, great, let's book a time and we can get you set up to get your home sold. Act the same. You're a professional. So act like it, set a time with them around a SIA, and then continue the conversation around referral partners and how to grow in your community.